I'm sitting on the edge of a hotel bed I can't afford anymore. The sheets are tucked too tight, the air conditioning buzzes just loud enough to be annoying, and the minibar is staring at me like it knows exactly who I am. My phone is in my hand, again. My thumb hovers over his name. Nate. I scroll up. Messages from me. Blue bubbles. One after the other. Hey, just wanted to talk. Can we maybe meet for coffee? Please, I miss you. All of them marked read. Not one reply. I press my forehead into my knees and laugh, the kind of laugh that doesn't sound human. It sounds broken. Because the man I left, the one who held me when I was bloated and puffy and postpartum and lost. The man who loved me before I became someone. He won't even answer me now. And maybe I don't blame him. I swipe through the photo album in my phone like it's punishment. There's one of him, barefoot in the kitchen, flipping pancakes in that dumb Star Wars apron I bought him on our 2nd anniversary. I remember thinking it was the ugliest thing ever. But he wore it every weekend just to make me laugh. Now I'd give anything just to see it one more time. Funny how the glow-up I thought would fix me just made me miss the one person who loved me before I even knew how to love myself. I used to sit in this very room, months ago, high off compliments from strangers, DMs from blue-check guys, people telling me I was goals. That I'd leveled up. That I was too good for a small-town teacher with dad jokes. I believed them. I believed that the stretch marks and mom guilt and quiet nights watching documentaries meant I was missing out. That I deserved more. So I chased more. I chased flash and validation and sex appeal and things that sparkle in the dark. And somewhere in all that noise, I didn't notice that real love had gone silent. Now it's gone. I text him again. I know you probably hate me. But I still love you. It stays on red. I stare at the screen until my eyes burn. And that's when it hits me. Maybe I didn't just lose a man. Maybe I lost the only version of myself that ever felt safe. Nate and I met during our freshman year of college. He spilled hot coffee on my Psych 101 notes and spent the rest of the semester making it up to me with sweet texts, study snacks, and the dumbest jokes you've ever heard. He wasn't the kind of guy who made heads turn when he walked into a room. But when he looked at me, I felt seen. Safe. Like I didn't have to keep sucking in my stomach or pretending I liked EDM just to be enough. We got married at 26. Bought a small 2-bedroom in a quiet neighborhood. Nate became a high school history teacher, Mr. Taylor. I still remember the way his students would wave at him in grocery stores like he was some kind of celebrity. And he'd laugh, pretending to be embarrassed, but he loved it. We had 2 kids in 4 years. And somewhere between late-night feedings, postpartum anxiety, and stretch marks I couldn't stop noticing, I stopped recognizing the girl in the mirror. I started seeing her like she was a stranger. Saggy. Tired. Frumpy. Forgotten. Nate never said anything unkind. In fact, he tried. Told me I was beautiful. That I was glowing in motherhood. But I didn't want to glow, I wanted to sparkle. I wanted to walk into a room and feel eyes on me again. So I signed up for a gym membership. Then came the tummy tuck. Then the breast lift. Then the veneers. Each fix felt like peeling off another layer of shame. Each like on Instagram felt like someone whispering, "You're finally worth something." And people noticed. The DMs started pouring in. Photographers wanted to collaborate. Brands offered me free protein powder and detox teas. Women asked for my secrets. Men said they wished their wives looked like me. Suddenly, I wasn't just Nate's wife. I was Savannah. A woman reborn. But instead of pulling me closer, Nate seemed smaller, quieter, fading. Then came Derek. He messaged me after a fitness brand reposted one of my photos. Blue check. CEO of some luxury supplement company. Handsome. Loud. Expensive. The kind of man who didn't ask how I changed, just told me I was the hottest woman on his feed. At first, it felt innocent. Just replies to stories, casual flirting, emojis. But I kept those notifications hidden. Because deep down, I knew. I'd laugh at Derek's messages while Nate cooked dinner in the next room. He'd be seasoning chicken with our toddler on his hip, singing some ridiculous parody song to make her giggle, and I'd be blushing at texts from a man who didn't know a thing about me except the way I looked in tight clothes. One night, I left my phone on the bathroom counter while I showered. When I came out, the air was still. Too still. Nate was sitting on the bed, holding my phone. Screen lit. Messages open. He didn't yell, didn't throw anything. He just looked up at me, those brown eyes that used to feel like home, and said quietly, "You're not the woman I married anymore." And I didn't cry. I didn't apologize. I stared right back and said, maybe that's a good thing. That night, I packed a bag. 2 days later, I signed the lease on a furnished luxury apartment downtown. Floor-to-ceiling windows, concierge service, walk-in closet. I posted a reel the next morning, slow-motion shots of me drinking champagne on the balcony, soft music playing underneath caption, "Sometimes you have to let go of your past to find your power." The comments lit up. "Yas queen. She's entering her villain era. This is how you level up." But Nate. Nothing. No text. No email. No, "Why did you leave?" He didn't beg. He didn't chase me. He just disappeared. And for a while, that felt like proof that I'd outgrown him. That he didn't fight because he knew I was too far gone. But now I wonder. Maybe he didn't fight for me because he knew the real me, the version who once curled up in his lap wearing old sweats, crying over baby names, was already gone. At first, it felt like freedom. Late nights, rooftop parties, pop-up gallery openings. Derek had access to a world I'd never seen before, velvet ropes, private DJs, champagne with names I couldn't pronounce. He paraded me around like a trophy. Posted me on his stories with captions like "Unreal" and "Upgrade." And I played the part. Smiling. Glossed. Posed. People kept manging me, telling me I was living the dream. But dreams don't usually feel this hollow. It started with the small things. Derek scrolling through his phone during dinner. Flirting with waitresses while I sat inches away. Correcting me in front of his friends, laughing like it was funny when I clearly wasn't in on the joke. Then came the women. The one who left her necklace in his bathroom. The girl who tagged him in a mirror selfie and quickly deleted it. When I confronted him, he didn't even deny it. Just shrugged and said, "Come on, save. You're hot. I'm hot. You think this kind of thing doesn't happen in our world. Our world." Like I'd been initiated into something glamorous when really, I'd just been reduced to another accessory in his curated life. The likes on my photos started slowing. People moved on. The glow that once made me feel untouchable started to feel like a spotlight exposing everything I didn't want to face. And I started remembering. Not the boring things I once rolled my eyes at, but the soft things. The sacred things. Movie nights under a blanket while Nate massaged my feet. The way he'd whisper, "You're doing so good, baby," while I sobbed through contractions. How he wept when our daughter took her first steps and ran straight into his arms. I thought I wanted sparkles. Turns out, I already had gold. One night, after another argument with Derek where he told me I was too emotional, I sat in my apartment alone and messaged Nate. Just 4 words. I miss you. Please. Nothing. No reply. Not even read. I don't know if he blocked me or just decided I didn't deserve even that. I started deleting my old posts. The gym selfies. The thirst traps. The reel from the day I left him. And then, out of some wild, aching instinct, I drove to our old neighborhood. Parked a few houses down. The porch light was still the same. But the car in the driveway wasn't. A white Subaru. With a pink tree-shaped air freshener dangling from the mirror. Definitely not Nate's. That's when I knew. Life had moved on. And I wasn't a part of it anymore. A few weeks later, I ran into Tori, an old friend from our mom group days. We were never close, but friendly enough to smile at each other in Target and ask how the kids were doing. She did a double take when she saw me. I could tell she wasn't sure whether to hug me or just nod. I guess it's hard to know how to greet someone who blew up her own life for a handful of Instagram likes. We made small talk. Then she said it, casually, like she assumed I already knew. So, I saw Nate the other day. He looked really happy. I think he's dating someone. My heart jumped, then sank. Oh. I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Yeah. Her name's Rachel. She's a librarian. They met through some volunteer program for adult literacy or something. It's cute, honestly. She's super low-key. Not on social media or anything. A librarian. Of course. Not flashy. Not filtered. Just real. I smiled and nodded, but my ears were ringing. After Tori left, I sat in my car for 20 minutes just staring at the steering wheel. Not because I was jealous. Not because I thought he still belonged to me. But because for the first time, I understood. Nate never wanted perfect. He just wanted real. Honesty. Consistency. Someone who didn't need the world's approval to feel whole. And I'd been too busy chasing applause to see that the quiet, steady love he gave me was the kind of thing people spend their whole lives hoping for. That night, I poured it all into an email. I told him everything, how sorry I was. How I missed him tucking our daughter into bed, even the way he left the cap off the toothpaste. How I would have done anything to turn back time, not to erase the surgery or the glow-up, but to bring him with me through it. I pressed send and stared at the screen. It bounced back. Email address not found. Please check the address and try again. Blocked. Not just from his phone. From his life. Later, I searched for Rachel. Her Instagram was private. But her profile picture told me everything I needed to know. She was holding Nate's hand. They were standing in a sunlit field somewhere, both of them smiling in that soft, content kind of way that doesn't need an audience. The caption. Peace looks good on him. And for the first time in months, I stopped crying. Because I finally understood. Sometimes the biggest punishment is watching someone heal from the damage you caused, and realizing they're better off without you. I'm sitting on the same weathered bench where Nate proposed to me 12 years ago. The beach is mostly empty this morning. Just a few joggers. A dad helping his toddler chase seagulls. The waves moving in slow, rhythmic sighs. Back then, he proposed with a seashell. No ring yet. Just a shell with a Sharpie heart drawn inside and a shaky, "Will you marry me?" scribbled across it. I laughed so hard I cried. Then I said yes. Because love felt that simple. That innocent. Now, I sit here without makeup. No lashes. No contour. No posing. Just me. Savannah Taylor. 34 years old. Divorced. Humbled. Still healing. I keep a journal now, something my therapist suggested. Every morning, I write one sentence about what I still have instead of what I've lost. Some days it's hard. But today, I wrote, I finally see myself. Because for so long, I thought becoming beautiful would finally make me feel worthy. That if the mirror liked me, I'd like me, too. But the truth is, I was already loved. Before the glow-up. Before the gym selfies. Before the filters. Nate loved me when I was sleep-deprived and leaking milk and crying on the bathroom floor. He loved all the parts of me I thought I had to erase to be enough. But I didn't love myself enough to believe it. I pull out my phone. I know I probably shouldn't. I know he's moved on, and I have no right to intrude. But something inside me needs to say it, even if only for me. I dial. His voicemail picks up. Hi, you've reached Nate. Leave a message. The beep. I take a deep breath. I know you probably won't respond. And I understand that. But if you ever wonder, yes. I still love you. And I always will. Not the way I used to, when I was selfish and scared. But in the way that knows better now. In the way that's grown. In the way that hopes you're happy, even if it's not with me. I pause. Then hang up. I set the phone down beside me. Let the wind move through my hair. There's no dramatic music. No second chance. No Hollywood ending. Just the sound of the ocean. And a woman finally sitting with her truth. Some losses don't need closure. Just honesty. And the courage to never make the same mistake twice. Screen fades to black. Soft piano track swells, then fades.